My 26F boyfriend's 28M grandma controls his finances. How do I tell my boyfriend I won't move in with him until his grandma stops controlling his finances? From 1822 he racked up debt. Grandma took control because he was admittedly terrible with money. It's been 6 years out of debt, and he's still not allowed to use his cards without asking her. We went on vacation and almost had to drive back home because our hotel had roaches, and she got mad he'd use his card for a new one. I've said more than once, I won't move in with him until his grandma releases control, but it's not sticking. He changes the subject, and at least once a month starts looking at houses and locations trying to discuss details. I won't risk her trying to control mine as well, and it's concerning he sees no issue and won't discuss details with me. We've been together nearly a year. Sounds like you've told him, he's just refusing to hear you. At some point you need to actually make a line and enforce it. Are you okay with never living together, and also never breaking up? Girl, he heard you the first time. He's ignoring it. You already told him. He doesn't care. Can you not see all the red flags? He's still acting like a child by not addressing this major issue head-on. Find a grown-up man. This is definitely a deal breaker in my book. He probably likes not having any financial responsibilities. Grandma does it all for him. Triangular flag. Does he live with his grandma? Is that how he got out of debt? How do you know he is currently debt-free? If his grandmother is taking care of him like he is a kid living in her house, like doing his laundry, paying for all the shopping and doing all the cooking, doing all the housework, paying for all the utilities, etc., you don't want to live with him. He will expect you to take care of him like grandma does. Wife 37F gets upset every time my family visits. 37 male. I live in a somewhat small town. My wife has always lived very close to her family. We might go hang out at her parents' place, grandma's place, etc. whenever they want to get together. Maybe not relevant, but the family is in town, like literally 5 minutes from our house. But she gets mad at me when I want to drive separately to events. She is the type that she is the very last to leave an event. Like I want to leave hours before, but can't because we drove together. Here is the main issue. My family lives out of state. Like I literally get to see my parents 5 times per year. My sister and our nephews maybe once a year. My sister and parents live in the same state. I love my family. My wife's family is the touchy-feely type. My family isn't, but it doesn't mean I don't love them. I would fly over and do whatever for them in a minute if needed. My family visits our house a couple times a year, and every time it is just the end of the world for my wife. My mom is a little bit of a Karen. I'm not going to lie, but it's only if she goes to a restaurant and her steak is like a mid-rare versus well done. She won't cause a scene but will tell the waiter it was wrong. I just feel sad. I love my mom and dad. They are wonderful people. Growing up they treated me so well, and I literally couldn't have asked for better parents. Not saying we didn't have disagreements, but they were good parents. My wife just gets pouty and upset when they want to visit. I would like to say that changes if they gave us 6 months notice, or 2 weeks. She is all concerned we need to clean the house and make everything perfect. They really don't care, and I have no issue cleaning. It just makes me really sad that my wife acts like my parents visiting is the end of the world, but I am once every couple weeks trapped in her family get-togethers hours past what is necessary. I am not even sure how to bring it up. It just makes me sad because I love my family and am expected to at any point spend a lot of time with her family. But when I get to actually see mine when they visit, it's a huge inconvenience a couple times a year. How would you be this up to her? It just makes me feel sad. Both because she pouts and because it makes me feel like my family is a burden when I am very happy to just see my parents. They are 7-0, and I don't know when the last time I see them will be. It's just very sad and upsetting how my wife acts about it when I am happy I get so see my parents. When your family comes to visit, are they staying in your home as overnight guests? How long do they stay? How often do you see her family that lives nearby? How long are you at an event before you wish to leave? I freak out when my partner's family comes to visit from out of state too. As the female, I'm the one who is judged and nitpicked about the state of the home, decor, meals, my linen closet, the way I load the dishwasher, etc., etc. Men just don't get it. Do your family stay? There's a big difference between seeing her family 5 million away and having guests staying in her house. If your mom is a Karen, like you said, your wife will feel the judgment even if you aren't picking up on it. Does she do the lion's share of prep for when they come? If you do help with stuff, is your mom old school and think you shouldn't be doing the work, so she gets judged for that. Those three things would make me hate having my in-laws or own parents there. The stress isn't worth it. If they aren't already, they should be staying elsewhere. You should be cleaning and doing meals or eating out together, so less stress in the house. See if that makes it more bearable. She is stressing about hosting your family, it seems like. You said your mom is a Karen, but not really. Not sure why you would mention that. How much of a Karen is she to your wife when you are out of earshot? Also, you have no idea how stressful and the importance of hosting is on a daughter-in-law. It's not important to you. You assume your mom won't judge her, but don't recognize that you might actually be wrong. This is what marriage counseling is for. You get to tell her how you feel about both things with a neutral party in the room. Did you ask her why she doesn't like your parents? My boyfriend got pissed off because I interacted with some other man 22F25M. Okay, so I've been in a relationship for almost 3 years. We got together in college, and now we're working in corporate. The thing is, now we are having fights almost every other week over any stupid reason. I still love him. I want to fight for our relationship, but I feel tired. Today I blocked him. The reason was he got pissed off when I told him I met my friend's boyfriend just for literally 2 minutes with my other friend right outside our workplace. That my friend wanted to introduce him. But he was mad about me not telling him before about this, and he feels like I've broken his trust. Plus he cussed at me when I've clearly told him I don't like that I blocked him, but I'm still thinking about him. So is that the end? Ick. Sounds pretty controlling to me. Probably won't work out in the long run unless you want to continuously fight. That man does not trust you, and clearly won't trust any man you ever happen to interact with. Loudly crying face, Jerry, all finding these insecure men. He sounds nuts. Usually when people are ultra-reactionary like that and act like you cheated, it means they are projecting. I'm not saying he cheated, but when people set expectations, they always start from themselves. I know I wouldn't cheat if I just met a girlfriend of my friend, so I would never make an issue like that for my partner. If you got to the point of being tired of the relationship and blocking him, I think it's in your best interest to move on. If you still, for some odd reason, want to fight for the relationship, you have to sit him down and talk about the root of this. Because this is more than just you meeting a male person for 2 minutes. There's something deeper going on. So what exactly were you supposed to do in that situation? Your friend says she wants to introduce you to her boyfriend, and you say, I'd love to meet him, but first I need to call my boyfriend and get permission. That's not a normal response at all. Leave him blocked. Don't bother with people who are this passionately committed to misunderstanding you. You told him friend lead her new boyfriend up to you as you were leaving work. You running away scared of a handshake would have been ridiculous. Walk away from someone who has this little control over his mind. I, 30F, want my fiancé, 41M, to put in more money into our shared account. Hi Reddit, every fortnight my fiancé and I have been putting in $500 into a shared account to pay for things like power bills and groceries and other shared activities. I get paid $2,200 a fortnight, and he gets paid $4,000 a fortnight. I originally asked for him to put in more considering he gets paid almost double my salary, but he hasn't and has only been putting in $500. We are living in my parents' investment property, so we don't pay rent or mortgage ATM, but we do pay their strata and other bills. By wanting him to put in more, I cook every meal, do the groceries, clean and do the laundry. He does help out with cleaning, but he has accused me of being money hungry and doesn't seem to appreciate all the extra work I put into the house. I put a quarter of my wage into the shared account. Shouldn't he also put in a quarter of his wage instead of sharing it 50-50? You crazy want to marry this guy. The disrespect for you and your parents is profound. Hope you get some self-respect, because you'll never get it from him. Your parents are already subsidizing this gold digger, while you are his unpaid maid. Stop cooking, grocery shopping, and doing his laundry. Talk to your parents about a rental agreement for him. It is bad enough he is doing you dirty. You will profoundly regret letting this money-hungry dirtbag take advantage of your parents. Wait, he's 41 and acting this way? It will never get better. He clearly doesn't see your value in the other things you do in the house outside of money. It will only get worse when you have kids. You cook, do laundry and groceries and clean? He pays no rent? You already have an imbalanced relationship, not only financially. He's living at one of her parents' properties. This 41M has it made for only making $4K monthly. If she broke up with him, he would have to go looking for a $2K studio before utilities. He can cough up a wage-based split. That's fair. She's being way too nice in my opinion, and this is what's wrong with men today. Why would you want to marry this emotionally uninvested deadweight?